Heading for the 90s, living in the 80s, screaming in the back room, waiting for the big boom. This week, Masterchef gave us Wild West, and gave us safe sex, probably. But tonight, we give you Masterchat. And to celebrate the Wild West week of Masterchef, we have a very special guest on Masterchat. She's so mean, but I don't care, because I love her eyes and her wild, wild hair. It is Masterchef alumnus, Alice Zaslavsky. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Masterchat.
Thank you for having me.
It's very special to have someone who's actually been on the inside, who's actually knows all the secrets, has been exposed to the sex and drugs of the Masterchef house. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I imagine that you are all naked all the time snorting coke off each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes I imagine that you all sit around the piano and sing.
Yeah, it's less of those things. There's more, we sit in the dungeon. Well, the house is different now, but last year we sat in the dungeon, which was like the room downstairs, watching reality TV. And the boys would watch the sport.
So you reinforce gender stereotypes, is what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure that's where the inspiration came from.
It probably was. They probably looked at all this footage and said, we've got some gold here.
Absolutely.
We never realised that there are men and women, and they are different.
Different.
Although they only did that for 2. Do you feel like they were planning to do that for the whole season?
No, I don't. I feel like they were planning on putting out other ads for like other weeks, but then because there was such a backlash from the first ad, maybe they just pulled the others and just left everyone thinking that
they said this is good stuff. Everyone's talking about us.
Maybe, yeah, but it's scary because I had so many people tweeting me, sort of saying, "How do you feel? Girls versus boys?" But it's everyone versus everyone.
How did you feel?
I don't know. I kind of...
Were you outraged?
I wasn't outraged. I think I was relieved that I wasn't in this season and didn't have to film that ad.
Yes, and you didn't have to start off on a team pretending to be, have solidarity with whoever. I don't remember anyone but you from last season.
Yes, thank you.
Who won? Some dude.
Andy Allen.
Yeah, he was a bit weird.
He's a babe, I think.
Yeah, I know. No, I would do him. I'm just saying he's weird.
Well, he's doing those Finnish commercials now.
Finnish.
Yeah,
for the. I feel like that's one of the lower rungs of the reality chef contestant. The highest you can do is to get your own show, which you've got, incidentally.
Thanks.
Then there are sort of ads for actual cooking items for food. Or appliances, and then there's ads for washing up.
But everyone washes up, not everyone cooks.
Yeah, isn't that the point? Everyone washes up. We don't need his advice on washing up.
But maybe he's the everyman.
Well, then there's a problem. Because that means standards are too low. He shouldn't have won if he's the everyman. We don't want the everyman, we want the special man. We want Adam Lior.
He is special.
He is special. Not in a...
He's special.
Yeah.
I like his tweets also.
Yes. We all like his tweets. Yeah. He's an amusing little sprite who brightens our day.
I feel like maybe he's my doppelganger.
No, I wouldn't say that. He has hair, yes.
Well,
and he has a face.
He's got the bun and the glasses.
You don't have a bun. I'm looking at you right now.
But I have buns. I put buns on.
Why didn't you bring one of your buns in?
Because I felt
we could have made some really good food puns.
But it was Wild Hair Week.
You didn't know that.
I didn't.
I made that up on the spot.
Yeah, it was good. It was really, let's just go with it.
Yeah, it is good. Because it's Wild West Week and you do have wild hair. It's not, my hair's wilder than yours probably.
Wild.
Yeah, we were discussing that before the show in the green room.
We were.
This is the green room. We film. We film in the green room. We have a massive studio right next door, and we don't go there.
Because this is behind the scenes.
We're perverse. Yeah. This is like we're doing the behind the scenes extras for another show that we will do later.
Very subversive.
Speaking of your face, these your spectacles made quite a splash.
They did.
In the Masterchef world.
They did.
So I'm glad you're wearing them.
So am I. I couldn't have driven here without them, really.
Yeah. Okay. But here's the thing. You had glasses. In previous years, there was Aaron's hat. There was someone else with a hat, I think.
Emma with her beanies.
Emma had her beanies.
Yeah.
Chris had his hat and his face. I don't know if anyone has an accessory this year.
You know, I was thinking about that last night, watching Christina, and she's got she's got accessories. Her 50s. She's got the lips and the hair.
She's got a ribbon or something.
Yeah, she wears different bows and flowers.
I guess that's her thing.
That's her thing. Did you see the other night when she was wearing a hat for the challenge, and then she had a flower? When
they were out killing bulls and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had a hat and a flower.
On the hat?
On the hat. I don't know if that was her choice or production, but.
Well, are they trying to make it happen?
I don't know.
Because your glasses happened organically. I'm assuming.
Well,
did anyone come to you and say you have to keep wearing them?
Essentially, they sort of said to us that the way that we auditioned is the way that we have to dress for the rest of the season. So I brought some contacts with me so that I could mix it up as I would in the real world. But people apparently wouldn't recognise that I was still the same person if I didn't have.
No, that's fair enough.
Frames. And fun story, there was someone else who wears glasses who wasn't allowed to wear glasses ever.
Are we allowed to know who that is?
Ben. So the science teacher with the tats. So he wasn't allowed to wear his glasses and he couldn't see anything if there was any sort of distance challenge.
Well, no wonder he didn't win.
That was a disadvantage.
Not being able to see is a disadvantage.
It is.
Unless you are blind from birth, then it might be you have an advantage. And this year they brought in a thing where they had to look through a pantry in the dark, so being blind would have been a massive advantage.
Like that fable about the cat, the blind cat.
No.
Yes.
Is this an old Russian thing? Or?
I don't know. Maybe. No, it's Oscar Wilde, I think. But it's a story about a litter of kittens, and someone had this litter of kittens, and there was a runt kitten that nobody wanted, and then this person came and was looking at the kittens and tested this one out, and the kitten was blind, and he took it. And the person's like, you don't want that kitten, he's a runt. And he said, no, actually it's for my blind daughter, and I think that it'll be a fantastic thing. So it's like different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, that's a bad choice.
Yeah, I think it was a bad choice.
That's a terrible point. Like, for a start, don't get a cat for your blind daughter, get like a dog,
a guide dog,
a Labrador or a German Shepherd.
True.
Second of all, that cat's not going to be able to lead her anywhere. It's blind.
But empathy. It's
Yeah, empathy, but she's going to get hit by a car. To be fair, that's going to happen anyway because, you can't have a seeing eye cat. They're too independent.
They don't like leashes.
They don't have that sort of spinelessness that dogs have. Where they just, I'll do what you say. Honestly.
Have we talked about the week yet?
We mentioned the hat that Christina wore.
We did. I'm glad.
Should we talk about the week? Here's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
At the start of the week, there was a challenge in which they were split into teams, and then the teams had to split into two sub-teams.
Yes.
And one sub-team had to go and stand on a boat and watch fishermen work.
Trawling.
Yeah. There was some kind of hint given that they would actually have to do fishing, and then they didn't at all.
No. Because they were too busy vomiting.
But they didn't know that. They thought there was fishing involved.
Yeah.
Nolene, captain of the red team, I think. She has on her team Totem, who is a fisherman. He does that. That's his job.
That's his backstory.
She says, I'm not going to take Totem. I'm going to take a couple other guys. They just happen to be white. I'm just saying. Leaves the fisherman at home to go shopping in Coles. I bet they wish they had FISA still there at Coles, because she knows the Coles layout.
She was the secret weapon.
That's her special skill.
That's her
navigating through Coles, finding paprika. I know where that is. It's
aisle 3.
In the aisle with the
spices.
The spices.
But okay, I know that you think Nolene is racist, but
You don't know that, no. But
I'm inferring.
because they won that, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like the next day they found out that the team challenge was such a waste of time because now the winning team has to pick one person to cook for immunity, as unfair as you'll ever see. And they say, well, who are the people who did really well? There was Linton, Vern, Lucy, and Totem. Who should we pick? Nolene steps right and says, right, here's who we're picking between, Linton, Vern, Lucy. Sorry, Totem. You know something I noticed about Linton, Vern and Lucy? They're white. Now, I'm not saying Nolene is racist, but I'm not really not saying Nolene is not racist either. But you have a theory
Yes.
which explains Nolene's disgusting behaviour in different terms.
I have two theories.
Right.
One of which is probably true. The other one is nonsensical.
Are you doing
hilarious.
sign language?
Yes, for the cat.
No, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
No, I just thought you were doing sign language for deaf people who'd be watching this having no idea what we said, and then all of a sudden, oh, probably true, I see.
Equal opportunity
Yeah.
Masterchat.
Yes.
So, theory one is that Totem is actually really arrogant and nobody liked him.
Okay, that's a theory with some supporting evidence,
I feel that that's the one that is probably...
to be fair.
Yeah. Well, I think, judging by the way that other people reacted towards Totem as well, it just feels like maybe he just didn't get along with everyone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you feel for it because I think early on everyone puts on a bit of a front. Here's my back knowledge. Everyone puts on a front because they don't know where they feel, where they fit in. Other theory.
Yep.
Nolene is uncomfortable around Totem because she thinks he's secretly Rufio.
Okay. Now, I thought you were going to say Nolene is uncomfortable around Totem because they had one night together, they were drunk, it was a mistake. Nolene it's just, it's awkward.
Awkward.
You know.
I know.
I'm not saying we know combined. I'm not saying that.
No.
But we both know, we've both had separate experiences with people who aren't on the show at the moment. We know how it is. And you've been in the Masterchef house.
I have.
So I imagine there are a lot of those awkward mornings where it's like, ooh, someone's wearing someone else's dressing gown. Is that not what it's like? Are you going to shatter everything I believe about Masterchef?
Would you prefer I didn't?
I don't really care. But what you've gone for, you haven't gone for the explanation that that Totem, I forgot his name because it's not really a proper name, that Totem stumbled into a dark bedroom and mistook Nolene for Emma one night and only realised his mistake in the morning.
He needed a blind.
Of course, Nolene knew it was Totem all along. You've gone for the theory that
She smell?
Totem is actually the co-star of the early 90s Steven Spielberg film Hook, who played Rufio, the admittedly also very arrogant de facto leader of the Lost Boys. Now, do you mean that he's the actor who played Rufio, or he is actually Rufio and Hook is real?
Well, considering the movie...
Think carefully.
I've considered this. During your lead-in to the joke, I was considering what my response would be. Are you ready? It's going to be good.
I don't know if I'm ready. I wasn't ready for you to say it before.
Okay. So, the movie was filmed around 1990.
Yes.
Which would mean that the actor playing Rufio would be in his 40s.
I guess.
Which would mean that Totem would have to be Rufio. Proper.
Because he's too young to be the actor. But if he was Rufio, he would have stayed young until the point at which he left the island.
I feel like Rufio was older than the other boys, though.
He was, but he still hadn't grown up. Otherwise, he wouldn't be a lost boy.
But maybe he grew up a little bit from having to leave the island to be on Master.
No, that's my point. He could have left, 6 years ago.
Exactly.
To pursue his dream of becoming a chef.
Exactly.
It's a theory. I wouldn't say it makes sense. But let's combine all the theories. There's no reason why he can't be a fictional character and have had sex with Nolene, who is racist. These theories can all coexist. You know how old racist women often really want to have sex with the races they hate?
Fictional character races.
Well, she might not know that. I don't know. I think if there was a fictional character in the show, it would be Christina.
Yes.
Who, incidentally, I disliked intensely at the start, and now I like.
Why?
So she seems to have overcome the thing that Totem couldn't.
Why?
It was the battle of the sexes thing.
Yeah.
And she was sort of rolled out as like the queen of saying stupid stuff about men.
Yeah.
She was like, the housewife, we spend all our lives cooking. Blah, blah, blah. After that went over, she's sort of more of a human being.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, she seems a nice lady.
She seems okay.
But as you say, Totem was up himself then, still seems up himself now, but maybe it's just because racists keep screwing him over, so we keep seeing shots of him looking angry about the racism.
Story production. Story arc. That's his arc. And Christina herself is the one who said that Totem is more than just the arrogant person. She said people think he's arrogant, but there's something below that.
Yeah. Below that. As in he's even worse.
Beneath it.
People think he's arrogant, but in real life he is a slave trader. He literally buys and sells human beings.
In Never Never Land.
No, you got to get off this.
It's good. It has legs. It's so good. Seriously, I can't stop thinking it every time I see his face.
I realise you can't stop thinking it. This is becoming very obvious that you can't stop thinking it.
But I see his face and his expression. It's Rufio.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's actually a game that people play, and it's the Rufio game. When you see the actor who played Rufio on anything else, you say, Rufio.
When would you see the actor who played Rufio on anything else?
Ads.
I have never seen an actor as bad as the actor who plays Rufio.
I wonder what else he's done.
He's so bad he could have been in Prisoner.
Oz. Prisoner. You love Prisoner.
I love Prisoner.
Why?
We should have a chat show about Prisoner.
Prisoner chat.
Yeah. Wentworth chat. The Laggers Hour. Okay, so they went fishing.
Okay.
Let's get on.
Yeah.
Things happened this week.
They happened.
They weren't obvious, but they happened. They went fishing. Samira made the mistake of going artsy-fartsy with a bunch of fishermen in the middle of the night, and it's like, oh God, it's midnight, and we work on fishing trawlers. We don't want to eat your fattoush salad. Give us some friggin', fry up some squid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Chips.
Yeah.
Give us something we can just stuff in our mouths and forget the tragedy of our lives. So Samira lost, obviously.
Lost.
Then Vern was in an immunity challenge against some guy.
I met him.
Yeah, but who is he?
Russell Blakey. He's a chef. He's really fun.
No, I know he's a chef.
He's cool. I met him 2 weeks ago.
He came across, there was this sort of like a disturbing sort of Terminator 2 vibe to him when he was on it. Like,
there's an intensity.
Yeah.
I think that's a chef thing.
He's like, I am very confident in my dish. Vern, you will be destroyed. He freaked me out a bit, but I don't know who these guys are.
Yeah. It's funny how much of what we see is dictated by what they choose to show, though.
So they wanted him to look like a robot.
Maybe.
Of course, because you want him to look terrifying.
Yeah, and you want the light and shade, because, Guillaume's supposed to be this, passionate French guy, and then there's Russell Blakey, the WA.
I don't know. It might just be because of Manu on My Kitchen Rules, but I constantly suspect any French person on Australian TV of not being French. Although you know what it really is. It's Bruce Sammerson on Neighbours in the 90s. He claimed to be French and he wasn't. And it's like, and he was a chef. And it's like Manu reminds me a lot of him.
Too many.
Guillaume reminds me a lot of Manu.
Right. You know, Manu's French, right?
No, I don't know Manu's French. I know Manu says he's French. I know the lie that Manu is perpetrating on the Australian people. I don't know the truth. I don't know, what sort of Fagin-esque school for teenage pickpockets he emerged from with his new identity.
He's a French chef. Any chef who loves sauce as much as Manu has to be French.
I love sauce a lot. Admittedly, I can't make it.
Are you French?
Well, I'm as French as him.
Pobjie, that could be French.
Yeah. Manu, that's a Samoan name. He didn't even pick the right name.
You just pronounce it like that. It's Manu.
It's not Manu.
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 Oh, God, he's pretentious enough to be a French chef.
He's alright.
Anyway, Vern lost.
Vern lost.
He said, I feel like I've won. Vern, you're an idiot. You didn't win. Live with it. Own your failure. You got 7s. That's like the sympathy number.
I reckon it is too. I've watched enough to know.
7 means we feel sorry enough for you that we're not going to give you 4.
Yeah, it's like debating. Like junior debating when they don't
Yeah.
want to give too much of a gap.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, I think, with Masterchef. They don't
Yeah,
want to give too
it was very much a case of during the actual judging, they were trying to think of, they often do this, trying to think of ways to pretend that it wasn't obvious who the professional chef was.
Yeah.
When it clearly was.
Yeah,
They know.
I'm quietly surprised.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder whose this is. It's plated up poorly and this is dry and he hasn't quite cut these properly. If this is Russell's, that'd be surprising.
Quietly.
I hope this is not someone's dish who does this for a living.
If you think about it, he actually lost by an extra judge. An extra 7.
Yeah. He lost by an entire George.
An entire George.
As the terminology goes. And so he should have, because for God's sake, Russell, that's his job.
Yeah. And it looked good.
You had immunity challenges.
Yes.
You won one?
I won one.
Who did you win against?
Lindy. That
was a head-to-head one.
Head-to-head battle.
So you weren't against a professional?
No, well, as far as non-professionals go, Mindy is like the
she's a machine.
She
is the Russell thingy of...
She is the Russell thingy of
people who aren't actually professional chefs.
Totally. Yeah. She is scary in the kitchen. I was just like...
She was the Jules of last season. Jules is the Mindy of this season.
100%. We've been saying that since the start.
Yeah.
Even the way that she calls down from the balcony, that was a very Mindy thing to do. Come on!
Yet isn't it Jules who, when someone else called down from the balcony, told them to shut up?
Really?
I wish people would do that every time they do it.
I missed that.
If I was down there, I would hate people yelling at me from up there.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't...
This is my job. You don't know, you're not here. You can't see the grain of this belly. Pork.
I thought you meant like the belly of the beast, like metaphorically.
No, it's not like, you can't see.
This belly. I don't think you're ready for this.
How you like me now?
Belly.
Who's the Alice of this season?
Oh.
I don't think there is one.
I don't think there's an Alice.
Thought maybe Michael, but he's gone.
Which one was Michael? Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Why?
I felt that he was going to reveal his sort of playful, girlish side, but he was eliminated before he got the chance.
I thought you were referring to my unusually shaped facial hair.
Your beard?
What's with that beard shape, though?
What the thing where it's like,
his jaw.
let's pretend we're bushrangers.
Yes.
I don't know.
He did narrate a bit because they choose different people to narrate.
Yeah, he was the male spokesperson for the Battle of the Sexes, but he was knocked out before we could learn that he was a real person.
That's right, and now they've chosen Kelty.
Kelty is not the Alice of this season.
Oh God.
I don't know what the hell Kelty is. Kelty is just like a weird. I have never seen in any season of MasterChef someone who I would trust children with less than Kelty. And not necessarily that he's, a malicious person. I just think they would hate him. Like, you leave your kids with Kelty for an hour and they will grow sour on the human race.
Sanchoy, ba-bow.
I wish those cows had stampeded right over him.
Oh, Kelty.
I didn't even understand that. Why did they keep showing the cows?
Yeah.
Unless the cows were there to eat the meal, or the cows were going to be the meal and they had to kill them.
Did you see the meat?
It was meat.
It's good looking meat.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, as meat goes,
Solid.
I can't argue with that.
Sizable. The tomahawk steaks were the best.
Why is it called tomahawk?
Because it's so big, it looks like a tomahawk.
A tomahawk is a
ribeye.
small axe.
Yeah, so it's a big axe. So a big...
Yeah. So call it an axe.
So it's a ribeye, but
Yeah.
the bone's extended, so it almost looks like an axe.
Okay, so it's like, yeah.
Axe shaped.
What do you call a steak that's actually been cut with a tomahawk? That would be a good challenge.
That's awesome.
You have to kill a cow and skin it, butcher it, cook it. The only tool you have is this tomahawk.
Steak.
No, that's stupid. That's a silly idea, Alice. How could you cut meat up with a steak? Unless there's like razor blades hidden in it, like we used to have at home.
The stakes would be high.
Thanks, George.
The battle. What was the line that they had in the cattle battle?
The cattle battle. Was it the cattle battle? I hope so.
Battle. The rattle of the cattle battle. Something. It was very Dr. Seuss.
The moo. Groovin' the moo. That's trademarked.
We shouldn't use that. Edit that out.
Moo brew. Bovine. Malay. I don't know.
It was a mad cow challenge.
See, I'd like them to use that, but admittedly it probably wouldn't have been good.
No,
Mad cow challenge. Yeah.
not good.
Especially if they told the stockman,
Yeah.
enjoy our mad cow feast.
I stock photomen in your checkered shirts. So many checkered shirts.
Yeah.
It was like
Linton's a stockman. Have you noticed how Linton's perfect?
Linton is dreamy.
Yeah.
He is. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because I met them all at the launch, and
Yeah.
I looked.
I wasn't
at him.
invited to the launch. So there's an interesting little tidbit. Me and Melissa Doyle both know how it is to be mistreated by network television.
I'm pretty sure I let you in on that too. I said, "Are you coming?"
Yeah.
And you said,
Yes, you were Jerry to my crazy Joe Davola.
"Oh,
You let me in on it, and now I'm out to get everyone involved in Masterchef.
hence
Pick them off one by one. It's going to be like the Deadpool with Clint Eastwood.
or Carrie
With Clint Eastwood.
and Russell Blakey is your
Russell Blakey as my lovable robot sidekick. Russell Blakey as Thingabob from television's Mask. Does
Not
anyone
to be
get that
confused with
reference?
the
Does
movie.
anyone remember Mask?
No.
Mask Crusaders.
Oh yes, and he looked very different to the real Mask.
Yeah, because it was a show about men wearing masks. It wasn't a show about horrible birth defects.
No, but the green Mask man.
Oh, that mask. It wasn't a show about that
This
either.
is all about old
I'm not
movie
talking about
references.
I'm not talking about the show based on the movie The Mask.
Oh, not the cartoon.
I'm talking about the show Mask, the Special Task Force, which battles evil, and they all have masks, which are basically helmets that allow them to do special things, and all of their vehicles transform into other vehicles. Like there's a motorbike and turns into a
Transformers?
helicopter. No, it's not Transformers. If it was Transformers, I would have said Transformers. And Transformers, they're all robots, so there wasn't like one lovable robot sidekick that Russell Blakey could have played.
What about Bumblebee?
Bumblebee is an underrated warrior. Frankly, Bumblebee. Don't try to make him the Alice Zaslavsky of Transformers.
He essentially is.
No.
Because I am a secret
Yeah, to be
warrior.
fair, he was.
He was. He is. He is. We should talk about the elimination.
Should we?
We should.
The racist elimination. Who's the mad cow? It's Nolene.
Oh, ooh.
I said
Ding.
it. I said it. Yes.
Saucer of milk.
Nolene is the contestant who will eat away at your brain.
But She does come out with some lines.
Yeah. Some lines.
Like Guillaume, when she was like, ooh.
Yeah, that was disturbing.
Smart.
That adds weight to the other theory about her and Totem.
It's true. Maybe that's
She's
her.
a cougar.
She is. She wears different glasses.
To you.
No, she wears. Have you noticed she has
No, I
different
haven't
glasses?
noticed. I don't
She
know.
has different.
I never look at the screen when she's on. I deliberately. I turn my back. I turn my back like Indigenous people in Parliament when John Howard's speaking.
Protest.
Yeah. I will not accept Nolene dictating to my people.
Yes.
Are you happy Totem's gone? Did you think some people thought he was going to win?
No.
We've asked other people and they said,
No.
I think Totem's in with a chance.
You know, I think that if there was anyone that's in with a chance that was in that elimination, it's Rishi.
Rishi flying under the radar a bit.
Yeah.
Which means they're holding something back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he did flavour elevate himself.
We may be about to see a lot more of him, I think.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Because he's got a good backstory, he's confident, he can cook. Whereas Totem was more like a collateral character.
More like a robot.
We
talking about robots a lot.
We have, and more importantly, Rufio. Seriously, have you seen him? No, if you put up...
No, I understand.
You get
I
it.
understand.
It's there. So Totem has essentially gone back now to Neverland.
Neverland, which was home to a tribe of Red Indians who used totem poles. And obviously he was going to change his name because his name contains a date rape drug. So who do you think's going to win? Rishi?
No. Nah.
Well, duh.
Okay.
You fooled me.
Okay.
You've wrong-footed me.
Red herringed you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think the top three... No, I'm going to give you the top four. Are you ready
Okay,
for
all
this?
right. How many fences are you going to sit on here, Alice?
I'm not sitting on fences. So the
You
top
sprawled across a whole suburb of fences here.
Because I have the inside word from a very, very reputable source.
Is this a
who
spoiler alert?
pretty much picked... No, not even, but sort of. He pretty much picked the last top 7 of last
Talking
year.
about Peter Russell Clark, we all know.
Nick, my fiance, picked the top 7 and he picked Andy as the winner.
Okay.
Yeah. So...
Top 7, jeez, that's good.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't gamble. Should have. Okay, so the top
Take note,
4.
Masterchef star Alice Zaslavsky encourages fiancé to gamble.
No. So, you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Rishi,
Yep.
Lucy,
Yes.
Linton, Dreamy, Pip.
Pip, yes.
Pip's gonna
yes.
win. Pip's gonna win this.
Pip's going to win it?
Yeah. Unless they don't want to show that they're going girl, boy, girl, and let Linton win, which I'd be okay with.
From an expert, you have heard it's going to be Pip.
Pip.
Now, we're out of time.
Okay.
It's been so lovely having you here.
It's been awesome.
I wish I could talk to you all night
Probably will.
about life, love, large stakes. But we can't. We have to go. Before we go, plug your show.
Oh.
You have a show.
Yes, I have a show. It's different to Masterchef, but similar in that there is cooking involved, but children.
It's all about kiddies.
Kiddies. It's called Kitchen Whiz. It's on every morning, Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. on Channel Go, which is 99, or if you have digital Foxtel or any sort of...
It's 129, I think.
120. Have your kids been watching?
I don't know. I'm never there at that time.
Right. Series link it. It's very funny and it's only getting
It's brilliant.
funnier. There's actually, I've been dropping in little pop culture references for grown-ups too, so...
So it's for all ages.
All ages.
Thank you, Alice Zaslavsky, for the insight and the laughter. That's Masterchat for another week. Join us next week when I will talk to a very special guest about Kelty's secret ballooning past. Good night, Master Chatters.